All
Oh,
right, guys. So, just recently, parks like Kings Island, um, Dorney Park, a bunch of the fair parks, Road of Fun as well, all instituted a chaperone policy following a bunch of recent incidents at park dealing with rowdiness and just being out of control, and in some cases, fighting, trying to bring in guns and knives. So the general policy at Cedar Fair parks now, but most of them, Cedar Point now you have one. Mission Venture hadn't even opened yet. Austin Point, you don't have one either. But the policy for now is anyone under the age of 15 must be accompanied by someone who is 21 years or older after 4 p.m. local time. And one type of can have up to 10 people with them under 15. But the big issue is, with me at least, is why 15?
yeah, 15 doesn't really seem to be the issue. I mean, I'm sure it is, but it's more of the, 14 to 20 would be the problem thing. So you're really not addressing the issue. You're just making it look like you're doing something that really doesn't do much.
Exactly, because if you look at the issue at Kings Island, the person who got a gun into the plug, they weren't age 15 and below. They were age 17. That policy, if it was enacted before that, would have done nothing to prevent it at all.
No, and the other thing too is if you bring 10, 14 year olds with you, are you going to search them all? Are you going to know what every one of those 10 kids has on them? No. I mean, it's more of something just saying it in vain than actually doing something to fix the problem. That
Yeah,
these kids,
exactly.
that these young people are running rampant and fighting and bringing guns to parks and knives or whatever they're doing. They're just harassing the normal general people who are at the park. That's making them not have a good time, and that's going to start hitting parks financially.
Exactly, and not to mention that too. I mean, even that's like starting fist fights or going in parking lots and vandalizing cars. Like if you're gonna fight, keep it at home. Keep it out of the parks. We do not want to get others involved in your fight. Let's keep it out of it. Just
Right.
go to the park, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, and don't do anything to really cause an issue with a bunch of others and the park itself.
Right. Just be a decent person for the day. You know, and that's the problem. Once you'll see too, if especially if like Kennywood has another issue, I believe they'll really see a decline in their attendance.
Exactly.
Because
Because if people know that they didn't go to the park and there's a high likeliness of something happening, like a fight or some kind of violence, they're not going to want to go because they're not going to feel safe. If they don't feel safe, they will not go to parks. That kind of provides safety and safety on the midways with other guests around them.
right, exactly. And families are going to find somewhere else to go. Oh well, I don't want to go here because it's not safe. So let's go where let's go spend our money somewhere else, and that's going to hurt people's money. And that's where everything ends up coming to count for the business end of it is what's going to hurt them in the paycheck.
Exactly. And going back to the ethical Teflon policy itself, though, but will this actually fix things? I don't think it's a really good fix. The true fix to keep rowdiness out of parks is to raise the price, but that will also then keep away potential customers too.
Right.
So it's basically an uphill battle here because you want to keep the parks safe. You don't want rowdiness, but you also want to maximize your potential customers and guests.
Yeah, it's the question of where is the good.
Fine.
What do you do? Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
Because the chaperone policy, they're going to put it on there, and they're going to do it to make parents feel safe to go to the park. But if you really break it down, like we are, that you're really not doing much to fix the problem. You're just putting a band-aid on it.
Exactly, and this band-aid is a very, very small band-aid. It's basically a, hey, this is to make you feel safer, but will it actually do something? Are you making you feel safer? That's a whole other thing, because actually enforcing it is a whole other thing. You can have a bunch of key officers checking IDs entering the park after 4 p.m. But if you're already in the park, or even after that, if the chaperone, is, like, on the other side of the park as the kids, and they're causing issues, how are they going to know until it's too late?
You're not.
Exactly.
You're not. And then when people see this policy, if they're going to be teenagers and young people who want to come in and do what they want, they're going to come in at 2 o'clock.
They have to put all in the park anyway too, but maybe the idea was, hey, we will have this policy in place, and it will scare away the behavior.
Maybe that's what they're hoping for, but you don't know if that's going to be the fix or not.
But it's a stress, because no matter the rules, if you want to do something, dumb, violent, you're gonna do it anyway.
Right. That's not going to stop you. A little, stand-up sign in the parking lot's not going to. Whoa! They're telling me not to do that. Well, they told you not to bring a gun in either, but you did.
Exactly.
So there needs to be a bigger solution than this.
And there are actually solutions to this that are outside of park level, but the parks obviously can't, do that, because that, involves politics and all that good stuff.
Right. Involves stuff we're not going to get involved in.
Exactly. But at the park level, though, there's not much they can do. All they can really do to kind of keep away rowdiness is basically increase security, or different policy, or you raise ticket prices to keep the problem out by pricing them out.
Yeah, but if you look at Disney, some of the biggest prices either, and they have all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
like they're, videos of people fighting at Disneyland.
Yeah, typically the people fighting at Disney on teenagers, the adults.
Right, but you're still having issues. So the raising the price is going to help.
Yeah.
But then you have to upgrade your quality too, because nobody's going to want to pay Disney prices to go to Michigan's Adventure.
Yeah, and increasing security, that is probably the best fix for making guests feel safer, because they see security. Okay, cool. I see security everywhere.
Right.
I feel safer. But downside
is, if I have a problem, I can grab said security guard and.
Exactly. But if you look on the boxes, that costs money. Adding a tap-on policy, that doesn't really cost money at all. To make signs and train good employees that we have, but increasing security either means paying for more off-duty police or having more security guards, which labor is expensive.
And you need to train them.
Exactly.
That's another thing. You not only need to have a good security staff, you have to have them well trained.
Exactly.
You can get anybody to just stand there in a yellow shirt and a security hat. If they don't know what they're doing, they're more of a hindrance than they are a help.
Exactly. So there's no perfect solution for parks to really do to actually get rid of the issue we have today. But all they can really do is try. Let's find ways to basically appease the public and to make it seem safer.
Right. And that's kind of what I think they're doing, because a couple of the parks had the chaperone policy last year, later in the year, especially during Haunt, and it seemed to chill stuff out a little bit. So now they're just taking it a little. Oh, that worked for Haunt. Yeah, nights. Let's just implement it. Period.
Exactly. And honestly, if you're gonna have a chaperone policy, don't have it begin at a certain time. Have it be from park opening. Because if you're checking IDs at the entrance after 4 p.m., they're not doing it from, 10 a.m. till 3:50.
Right. And that's, people are going to realize, if you want to get in there, you get in before 4 o'clock.
Yeah. See, I know between Malls and Pathfinder had a different policy. They had, ID technicians, systems throughout the mall. Are you going to have that in park? Probably not. The
Yeah.
issue is enforcing it once you're in a park. If you can enforce it outside the park, you're better off inside the park, basically.
Oh yeah, it's easier to do it outside the park than inside the park.
Because they have to go through you to get in the park. But if you're already in the park, have fun and trying to check every single, person who looks 15 and under ID.
No, and a lot of people who are 15 and under don't have IDs.
Exactly. Which means, no ID, you're probably not under, you're probably not above 15.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah.
maybe some 16-year-olds didn't get their licenses, or you know, who knows?
Exactly. And that's another thing, too. Like, we're having a whole new thing now of younger parents. So you can have a 20-year-old parent with, a 2, 3, 4-year-old child. That policy technically means that they cannot bring their own child in the park. So you then got to allow them in the park, too. But still, though, like, the thing is, regardless of how old the parent is, the thing is, what age do you have the tackle policy at to help avoid problem teenagers being on their own?
Right. It's not. You're not. The younger people who have smaller children.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to be the problem, although they could be.
I mean, but I don't think I've seen a 4-year-old bringing a gun or a knife or unconscious fights.
No. No, but you got to watch out for the parent too, being that young and.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the teenagers'
Yeah.
issue right now, and unfortunately, it seems like a lot of the fights caused by female teenagers.
Yeah. That I mean, I ain't trying to get into demographic, gender or nationality. It's just the fact of typically it's between what between 16 and 2021 that are causing the issues here.
Yeah, and there's no, unfortunately, the under 17 crowd, when they get in trouble, there's really no repercussions for them.
Yeah.
They get a slap on the wrist and they go back home to their parents, who obviously aren't parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because these kids are doing whatever they want. I mean, if I ever did something like that and got caught, I mean, I would have never done it again because I wouldn't seen the light of day for a very long time.
Yeah, and you can't, the limit being, if you're 18 or below, you gotta be a chaperone, because if the person can drive themselves to the park without a parent being with them to watch the driving, then, look at that, I can now drive myself to the park, but I can go for myself. So that's the issue. You gotta keep the age high enough to hopefully prevent the, I don't want to do something stupid because my parent is in the park somewhere with me or not in the park. So that means I'm possibly looking to, not cause issues. But instead of too high go, you can't have a 20-year-old being chaperoned by a 30-year-old.
Right. There's no good solution to this problem.
Exactly. It's the solution is above park level. But what parks can do is there's no perfect, rule or policy that a park can set to fix the issue.
The only thing you can do is, better train security, more of them, and then actually enforce things. Like if they start a fight, make sure they get arrested. Make sure they get arrested for trespassing and all that, and make sure follow through with it so they actually get some type of justice for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say if you're gonna have a rule, enforce it equally on everybody. That way, others can see, this person did what I'm thinking about doing, and they, got banned from the park. They got trespassed. They got some kind of civil penalty. Right. I don't want to do that.
They got arrested. They got whatever the or whatever crime is.
Yeah.
But at least you're showing, hey, there's something that is done for what these people are doing. It'll make the families feel better too, because be like, hey, look, these two kids are fighting. They got banned and arrested. Okay, the park's up on their business. They know what they're doing. They're working to protect us. Because right now, I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, don't feel like they're being protected that well.
Exactly, and two, that's after the whole thing up is there is no perfect thing that the park can do. Either raise prices, increase security, or peppermint like this. Because then you got whole thing about AIDS is, but the whole thing is, guys, let's follow park rules and don't do anything that could either get you banned from the park or result in some kind of civil lawsuit against you. Let's don't do anything to make others feel unsafe.
Right, and you could still have, you know,
Yeah,
days and upon days of fun at the park without breaking, a couple of simple rules.
exactly.
We all learned it in kindergarten. Keep your hands to yourself and, just mind your own business and have fun. That's all. You don't got,
Exactly.
you're,
Let's follow the rules. Like even if you don't like the rule, let's follow the rule for your sake and the sake of others, and to make everybody feel safer and to have a good day. Because if you want to have a good day at the park, someone else does too. And if you do something and you cause a fight and you cause the park to close down early, you just caused a whole lot of guests to be mad at whoever started the fight was fighting to make the park want to close down early for safety.
right. And then you're also causing the park to lose a bunch of capital.
Yeah,
And then people who, oh, well, I was just going to the park for the one day with my family. They have a good time. They might go buy a pass. They might come back. They might bring their,
yeah,
different side of the family back. Bring your friends back. Be like, hey, whoa, man, there's this roller coaster. We got to go ride that.
yeah.
Let's go ride it. Let's go buy tickets. And that's what you want. You want word of mouth and word of obviously YouTube and social
Yeah.
media, everything that people are using now to spread the word. And people go and research parks and things. And be like, oh man, I'm gonna go to Holiday World. So I'm gonna go research on YouTube. I'm gonna look up Holiday World and see what they got to say. And if bunch of the first couple of videos that you see, even if you're just reading the names and people are like, oh yeah, there was this fight, there's no security, there's this and that and this and that going on, that's not positive, then you'd be like, you know what? Maybe let's go to Kentucky Kingdom instead. Or let's go to a different park, or let's go do something completely different. Instead of taking that, if you have a family of four, so it's you, your wife, and two children, and say just it costs $50 each person to get in, plus another 50 to park the car. You're looking at $250 as you walk in the gate. That's without buying a soda, a
Yeah.
pretzel, food. After you spend food, and even if you buy a couple souvenirs, you're looking at spending like $400 to $500 per family.
Exactly. And if you're paying that kind of money to get a park, you don't want to do anything to jeopardize you getting a bad value by getting kicked out or caught in the market and want to close early for safety reasons. I mean, I was at Kingdom Down opening day when that whole guy, when that 17-year-old got a gun in. I had no clue what was going on. Like, all I knew is that I was told to get out of Syria. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, I wouldn't, scare too much. I knew that this good security there, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And as a human being, you want to know what's going on.
Well, yeah, you don't want to just be shuffled out of somewhere. And, that's when I was at Six Flags Great America a few years ago when they had a bunch of fights going on at Coasters After Dark.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going on either. We just saw, all of a sudden from seeing a regular security and regular police officer to seeing 30 and 40, sheriffs with the dogs. And
Exactly.
so you knew something was up, but nobody was saying anything. And then all of a sudden they closed the park early due to weather when there wasn't
Yeah.
any weather. So
Yeah, see, I mean, I was fearful that, I'm like, I don't want the park closed down early because, I drove almost 4 hours each way to go. And you mean me saying, I don't want to drive, almost 4 hours to go to the park and go kind of, instead of being open until 9, they're now closing at 6:30 due to somebody trying to bring a gun in.
right. Why do you want to drive 8 hours to only be at a park for 6 hours?
Exactly. I mean, even going 2 days, it's like, but I would expect to have, like a day and a half, not, like 3/4 of a full day.
Right. You at least have a pass, and
Yes.
but what about the family who's just spent that 250 to get in, and now they're shorted, hours? You're going to have to do something
Yeah.
to help that family. You're going to either have to give them vouchers or something to make them want to come back, because obviously if
Yeah.
you don't give them anything, odds are they're not coming back.
Exactly. But, I mean, to fully wrap it up, guys, if you're going to go to the park, go to their website, look at the rules, and think, okay, these are the park rules. We need to make sure that we obey these rules. That way it makes our day better, everything will ever go better, and makes everybody's day go that much smoother, and we won't have issues if we just follow the rules and do your research. Well, this has been Zach and Joe talking about different policies and basically how to avoid having all these issues at parks, with body behavior. But basically, go and comment down below and comment down your thoughts on these Chaperone policies being added to parks. And
Yeah,
if you're
or
watching this,
what you think about, um, what you think that the parks can do. Obviously we
exactly.
for their own ideas. If you got a different idea, hey, we want to hear it.
Yeah, comment down below what you think about policies or even your own thoughts about potential solutions that parks could do to help fix this. And we got to be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.